Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Curious Minds. Our topic for today is part 5 of the chapter The Challenges of Cultural Diversity. And this is the last video of the book Indian Society. So, firstly, congratulations, okay, and thank you for your support. It is only because of your support that we were able to finish this topic and this subject, this book in the subject Sociology Class 12th. Before we start, I would like to say that if you have any recommendations or if you have any comments or if you have any requests, do write it in the comment section. If we haven't replied to you, you can always write it again. Okay, so if we haven't replied, that might be because we might have missed it. Otherwise, we make sure that we reply it as soon as we are able to. Okay, and if you have any recommendation, you can write it. Our next recommendation is Sociology second book, class 12th, and we are looking into it. Okay, so we'll be up with the video soon as it will be possible for us. And please don't use short forms, and please make notes along with the video. So without any further ado, I think we should start with the topic at hand. Very first is communalism, secularism, and nation state. This is our topic of discussion today. So, what is communalism? Now, communalism literally it means something related to collectivity. Okay. Now, what does related to collectivity means? That is, this is a general understanding of the term. Okay, anything that is related to collective, we'll say okay, it is communal. And it is a very neutral term. Neutral term means that it does not mean that it is a bad term or it is a good term. It is neither used in bad connotation or good connotation. Okay, so it's a very neutral term used for collectivity. But there is a different understanding in the Indian context, South Asian context जो है, which is aggressive political ideology linked to religion. ठीक है, so this is the communalism we are going to talk about because this is how we perceive communalism in India. Okay, and it is strongly charged. That is, it can be negative, it can be positive. Okay, it's not a neutral term. It sometimes it might have a bad connotation when somebody says you're communal. Okay, so it is basically linked to religion here. Now, communalism is about politics and it is not about religion. We need to understand that, as there is no necessary relationship between personal faith and communalism. यहाँ पे what we need to understand is देखिए, communalism, yes, it is about religion, but it is not everything. Everything is not about religion. It's about politics. Why? Because अगर कोई devout follower है, okay, if there is somebody who follows a particular religion and is a devout follower, it does not mean that person is communal. We need to understand this better. Okay, अगर कोई इंसान बहुत अपने रिलीजन को फॉलो करता है, डिवाउट फॉलोअर है अपने रिलीजन का, दैट डज नॉट मेक दैट पर्सन कम्युनल. नाइदर अ कम्युनल पर्सन हैज़ डिवाउट फेथ ऑलवेज. सो ऑलवेज वाला कैटेगरी नहीं है. इट कैन बी, बट मोस्टली इट इज़ नॉट. इट इज़ नॉट इन हार्ड एंड फास्ट रूल. यूनिवर्सल रूल नहीं है कि जिसका अपने रिलीजन के लिए सबसे ज़्यादा फेथ है वो कम्युनल है. नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है. वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट communalists believe in political identity which is based on religion. So this is what communalists believe, क्योंकि ये कहते हैं कि political identity होनी चाहिए जिसका बेस religion रहना चाहिए. ठीक है, so they cultivate an aggressive political identity. एक political identity बनाते हैं and they're prepared to condemn and attack anyone who does not share their identity. See, they are prepared to attack anybody who does not share their understanding of their identity. ठीक है, because they have this particular understanding of their religion, of their identity, and if some people do not share it, they try and attack them. ठीक है, so that is why we say why this understanding in South Asia, why is it strongly charged? Because people they try to condemn and attack other people जो उनकी ideology के साथ match नहीं करें. Now, communalism claims that religious identity overrides everything else. अब देखिए, जो communalism है, it tries to say that it is the religious identity that overrides everything. Now, what does overriding everything means? That is कि maybe we belong to different caste, maybe we belong to like same religion. Okay, imagine there is a group of people and we belong to a particular religion, but we might not belong to a particular same economic strata or the same caste, or maybe we like same occupation, we would not be involved in the same occupation, and we might not be having political beliefs, same political beliefs, right? But communalists think that it is the religious identity that identifies, that is the overriding identity. See, here what it means is like all Hindus are same, all Muslims are same, all Sikhs are same, irrespective of any occupation that they are involved in, or any caste or any political beliefs. So you're understanding what communalists believe. They try to construct this large, diverse group, and they try to convert it into a singular homogeneous one. How? Because when we take a group, that group is very diverse, because that is diverse politically, that is diverse socially, that is diverse economically. But taking religion as the only identity and constructing one singular homogeneous group, this is what the communalists do. Now what happens is, in India, it has been a source of tension and violence. Okay, अब ये हमने सब देखा ही है. As people are willing to kill, they're killing to rape, they're killing to, they're willing to loot members of other communities in order to redeem their own pride, protect their home turf. So this is what they do. That is why this term is not taken in a very good notion here, okay, despite of it being a neutral term literally. So they are willing to kill, and they are willing to rape, and they're willing to loot other members. But history provides us with both good and bad examples. Like bad examples, see, now this, India has had a history of communal riots. It is a pre-independence phenomena, because that at that time it was the result of divide and rule policy. But we also have this religion of syncretic heritage, which is the intermixing of different heritages and religious pluralism. We have the bhakti movements, we have the Sufi movements. So there are both good and bad examples, but it depends on us what understanding of communalism should we imbibe. Okay, so in order to imbibe anything, we need to understand that first. Now we'll start with secularism. Okay, now secularism is a very difficult to define. It is a term that cannot be defined very easily. Now there are two contexts. I'm sorry. There are two contexts of secularism. Okay, one is the Western context, and another is the Indian context. Now Western context, it explains secularism as the separation of church and state, and separation of religious and political authority. Okay, so it differentiates between the two authorities. A progressive retreat of religion from public life, that is, religion should not be there in public life. Okay, and converted from mandatory obligation to voluntary practice. Now what is converted? Religion was converted from mandatory obligation to voluntary personal practice. So in the Western context, it does not matter what religion to follow, which religion you follow, because that is your personal sphere and nobody will interfere in that. Therefore secularization was related to basically arrival of modernity, rise of science, rationality. So it was a retreat of religion from public life and making it a very voluntary personal practice. So this is the Western context. Now Indian context में in everyday language, how do we understand secularism? Like we haven't defined it. कोई definition नहीं है secular की. Secular हम क्यों use करते हैं? Because it is the opposite of communal. When somebody says you're communal, तो आप क्या बोलते हैं? नहीं, I am a secular person, despite of knowing what secular exactly means. So it is a very, it is a term which is very difficult to define. Indian context में इसका समझना है equal respect for all religions, rather than separation. We don't separate it, but we equally respect everybody, every religion. But इसमें difficulties क्या हैं? In order to understand secularism, there is this tension between Western sense of the state maintaining distance from all religions and the Indian sense of giving equal respect. अभी क्या understanding है? Western context में state जो है वो distance maintain कर रही है religion से, and Indian क्या कर रहे हैं? Equal respect दे रहे हैं हर religion को. इसमें passionate disagreements हो जाती है. Now what do you mean by passionate disagreements? Maybe arguments based, this is very common, and let's take an example of this only. देखिए जब religion की बात होती है, now even if you're friends, okay, you try and ignore this topic, nor भी क्या you will not try and speak on it, because इसमें क्या होता है, when religion comes into a topic, like it comes as a topic, it comes into a discussion, discussions become very heated because people are very passionate about their religion, right? So passionate disagreements हो जाती हैं when it comes to secularism, especially when it comes to religion. So what is taught? That you don't indulge in, just don't say anything bad about anybody. Okay, so otherwise, not religion based also, otherwise also you should not say, but religion, it becomes a very heated discussion, this heated disagreement. So tension between Indian states simultaneous commitment to secularism as well as protection of minorities. Now let's talk about this. देखिए, हमारी कमिटमेंट है सेक्युलरिज्म को लेके, ठीक है, वी इक्वली रिस्पेक्ट ऑल रिलीजन्स एंड प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ माइनॉरिटीज़. अब देखिए, दीज आर टू डिफरेंट थिंग्स. प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ माइनॉरिटीज़ का मतलब क्या है? दैट दे बी गिवन स्पेशल कंसिडरेशन वेयर इन नॉर्मल वर्किंग ऑफ पोलिटिकल सिस्टम प्लेसेस देम एट अ डिसएडवांटेज, राइट? Now what happens is special consideration दी जाए minorities को. Now there is two point of view regarding it. Some people think that protection of minorities is only an excuse to appease the minorities, क्योंकि उसके बदले में they get votes, parties get votes and support. Other think that अगर ऐसी protection नहीं रहेगी, secularism can turn into an excuse for imposing the majority community's values and norms on minority. So see, everything, this is like two parts of the same coin. Without such protection, secularism can turn into imposing majoritarian views, and otherwise people think that this is to appease the minorities. तो ये problem रहा है. But Indian constitution, the legal structure we have, it was always proved to be reasonably effective, and it has handled the problem. See, we are a very diverse nation, okay, and obviously diverse nation का मतलब है problems भी डाइवर्स हैं, ठीक है. सो इट डज नॉट मीन इंडिया डज नॉट स्ट्राइव फॉर अ कंट्री विच हैज़ नो प्रॉब्लम्स एट ऑल. वी हैव प्रॉब्लम, वी रिकग्नाइज द प्रॉब्लम्स, बट वी हैव अ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन अबव एवरीथिंग, एंड आवर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन हैज़ हेल्प्ड अस टिल नाउ, एंड वी होप and we believe in the fact that it is going to help us further too. Now our next topic is state and civil society. Let's understand what a state is. State, we've already discussed it. If you haven't seen the video, you need to go back. And but let's understand it again, okay, in a different sense here. Now it is an institution to manage cultural diversity in a nation. How do you manage cultural diversity in a nation? That is through state. It claims to represent the nation. The state can also become independent of a nation and its people. See, now what happens is state क्या करती है, वो represent करती है नेशन को, कहा जाता है नेशन को represent करती है, करना चाहिए आइडियली, बट नहीं भी कर सकती, चॉइस है उसके पास. अगर वो नहीं करती है, इट बिकम्स एन अथॉरिटेरियन स्टेट. नाउ व्हाट इज एन अथॉरिटेरियन स्टेट? जहाँ पे जो स्टेट स्ट्रक्चर है, दैट इज द लेजिस्लेचर, द ब्यूरोक्रेसी, द जुडिशरी, द आर्म्ड फोर्सेस, दे बिकम इंसुलेटेड फ्रॉम पीपल. दैट इज nobody is accountable. People have no voice. Those in power are not accountable to anyone. And civil liberties हमारी abolish की जा रही है, लिमिट की जा रही है. So that is a kind of authoritarian state. So state can choose to not represent the people also. So that becomes an authoritarian state. If it chooses to represent people, it is a democratic state. Now sometimes what happens is states are unable to respond to the needs of people. अब देखिए, एक तो हो गया अथॉरिटेरियन स्टेट जो करना चाहती ही नहीं है, ओके, पीपल हैव नो वॉइस एंड दोज इन पावर आर नॉट अकाउंटेबल. और एक आ गया स्टेट्स आर अनएबल टू रिस्पॉन्ड. क्यों नहीं हो रही है रिस्पॉन्स, क्यों नहीं दे पा रही है स्टेट? बिकॉज स्टेट में हमारे यहाँ पे करप्शन है, जैसे इनएफिशिएंसी है, मे बी रिसोर्सेज लैक करते हैं, ठीक है. तो स्टेट की भी अपनी प्रॉब्लम्स हैं. तो दिस इज वेयर सिविल सोसाइटी कम्स इनटू द अरीना. नाउ नॉन स्टेट एक्टर्स और इंस्टीट्यूशंस कब इम्पोर्टेंट हो जाते हैं? तब इम्पोर्टेंट हो जाते हैं जब स्टेट अपनी पूरी तरीके से, मतलब देखिए, हर एक चीज़ में प्रॉब्लम होती है, स्टेट में भी प्रॉब्लम होती है, ठीक है. सो फर्स्टली ब्लेमिंग एवरीथिंग ऑन द स्टेट इज ऑल्सो नॉट गुड. तो जो इनकी प्रॉब्लम्स हैं, सिविल सोसाइटी हेल्प्स लेसन दोज प्रॉब्लम्स फॉर पीपल. सो लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड इट हाउ. नाउ व्हाट सिविल सोसाइटी डज इज, सिविल सोसाइटी बेसिकली इट्स अ ब्रॉड अरेना which lies beyond the private domain of the family के थोड़े से बाहर, बट स्टेट एंड मार्केट के डोमेन के अंदर भी नहीं जाता ये. तो मतलब समवेयर इन बिटवीन दोज, फैमिली एक साइड, ठीक है, और स्टेट एंड मार्केट एक साइड, उन दोनों के बीच का जो डोमेन है वो सिविल सोसाइटी है. द नॉन मार्केट पार्ट ऑफ द पब्लिक डोमेन, जहाँ पे स्टेट नहीं है, मार्केट नहीं है, जहाँ पे इंडिविजुअल्स दे कम टुगेदर वॉलंटरली, दे क्रिएट इंस्टीट्यूशंस, दे क्रिएट ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस, दैट इज सिविल सोसाइटी. इट कैन बी अंडरस्टूड एज अ स्फेयर ऑफ एक्टिव सिटीजनशिप. मतलब जहाँ पे इंडिविजुअल सोशल इशूज़ लेते हैं, दे ट्राई टू इन्फ्लुएंस द स्टेट एंड दे ट्राई टू इन्फ्लुएंस द डिमांड्स, ठीक है, दे परस्यू कलेक्टिव इंटरेस्ट्स Now, how do you understand कि एक सिविल सोसाइटी में कैसे इंक्लूजन कैसे है सिविल सोसाइटी में? फर्स्टली, जो भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है वो स्टेट कंट्रोल नहीं होना चाहिए. अगर वो स्टेट कंट्रोल है, दैट मीन्स that cannot be included in civil society. Second, it should not be purely commercial, profit making entity. देखिए, purely commercial हो जाएगा ना तो वो market रह जाएगा. Okay, so if it is not purely commercial, and then those organizations or institutions can be included in civil society. Okay, so it can include political parties, media institutions, trade unions, NGOs and religious organization. कुछ भी include कर सकते हैं. मैंने आपको बोला only 2 हमने क्राइटेरिया रखे हैं. नाउ एज वी नो, इमरजेंसी जो लगी थी 1975 में, इट लेट पीपल टू एक्टिवली पार्टिसिपेट एंड मेनी सिविल सोसाइटी इनिशिएटिव्स इमर्ज्ड. देयर आर मेनी इश्यूज, ठीक है, जिसके लिए सिविल सोसाइटी वर्क्स, लाइक दे वर्क फॉर women in environment, in human rights, HR is human rights, Dalit movements, tribal struggles for land rights. Recent initiatives include RTI, right to information. Okay, and one thing very important here is where does this civil society thing come from? Where does this making organizations come from? It derives its strength from Gandhian tradition of voluntarism. ठीक है, तो गांधी का जो ट्रेडिशन है voluntarism का, this is what civil society works on this. It derives its strength from it. Okay, Gandhian tradition of voluntarism. So you can write it in the exam. Maybe you will score good marks because it's not written in the book. Okay, so in the end here I would like to, this is not in the book again, but let's understand the significance of civil society before we end this video. See, it contributes to good governance by being a watchdog. Watchdog to whom? Watchdog against violations of rights of people. कि violation तो नहीं है, so civil society acts as a watchdog. It helps to limit and control the power of the state. दैट तो वी अंडरस्टैंड, क्योंकि अगर स्टेट कुछ गलत कर रही है पीपल के साथ तो इट विल स्टैंड अप. इट एम्पावर्स द सिटीजन्स अबाउट द राइट्स एंड ड्यूटीज़, कि राइट्स हैं, ड्यूटीज़ हैं सिटीजन्स की. इट प्रमोट्स पोलिटिकल पार्टिसिपेशन, राइट, क्योंकि इट विल हेल्प यू गेट दैट अवेयरनेस. अवेयर भी करती है सिविल सोसाइटी. ये एक अरेना है फॉर एक्सप्रेशन ऑफ डाइवर्स इंटरेस्ट्स, कि ऐसा नहीं है सिविल सोसाइटी ओनली वर्क्स फॉर पोलिटिकल. नहीं, इवन इफ यू आर फ्रॉम द आर्ट्स, फाइन आर्ट्स, you will have a different organization, and you'll have tribal ke liye also you can have an organization. So different diverse interests. In fact, even if you're good in sport, that sport also might have a particular organization to to bring forward the talent, and so that people are not suffering from the state. And here we need to understand that it is basically a democratic civil society and a democratic state. Now both mutually reinforce each other. That means that both are supplementary and complementary to each other. A democratic state is there. Why? Because there is a democratic civil society. So both they supplement and complement each other. Okay, and so this is it for the video. I hope you have understand it. You've understood the concepts. Okay, I hope you're understanding it. And if you have any recommendations, if you have any doubts, please come up with those comments. Come up with those problems in the comment section, and we will surely look into it. And congratulations for this book is finished. And just stay home and stay safe and study hard, and please don't forget to support this channel. We try our level best to bring up new content for you. Thank you.